Testing, testing. Okay, this microphone, I'm gonna have to work on it later. Anyway, hello, everybody. I am back again today. And as you know me, I always got some kind of topic that is interesting to some. Some may not want to hear about it, but there are many that can benefit from what I'm going to be talking about. So this one today, we are talking about why friends become competitors or competitive as you grow and grow up. Okay. So I decided to talk a little bit about this because, first let me say, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. I would greatly appreciate it. Yeah, that's it. So, as I always say, most of my conversation and most of the stuff that I generally talk about, it is sparked from conversations with people. It's sparked from things that, I watch on TV. I watch just about everything. Like I always say, my guilty pleasure is reality TV. But then I also like just a bunch of different stuff. So anyway, in most of the things that I kind of deal with on or look at conversations I have, it a lot of times it involves true friends, frenemies, just different situations with friendship where you notice and you start realizing that as you start, growing or getting better, you realize like you didn't know that your friends was in competition with you. And for me, it's like the strangest thing because I never look at my friends as competition. I mean, never have. And that's friends who are doing better than me. That's friends who may be doing, a little worse off than me. And then friends that are equivalent to me. I've never looked at any of my friendships as some form of competition. So to have people, of friendships go bad and then you kind of look at stuff and you look at what they do after, you kind of either stop being friends or in the process of you being friends and then you probably end up not being friends is because if you like me, like my situations, I started hearing a lot of stuff that with my friends, and I'm putting the air quotes every time I'm friends, okay? My friends were saying about me behind my back to other people about not just friends, I'm saying family, anybody you thought was close. Saying things about me behind my back about what they thought my motives were behind doing a lot of the things that I do. My shirt look crazy. About why I was doing a lot of things that I do. And when I started hearing like some of their rationale and just some of the stuff that they said, it was really just pure they some haters. And it also kind of told me like, man, you been my quote unquote friend, family member all this time and you ain't never really knew me. And then we've been in a competition, I guess, that I didn't know I was in. And so I don't know how good of a competitor I'm going to be if I ain't know I'm in the competition. And I don't look to compete with nobody, especially in regards to, I don't compete with nobody in nothing. If I'm going maybe for the same job, which I ain't went for a job in a long time, but if I was going for the same job, then I guess I'm competing against the other candidate for the same job. But other than that, anything else, if when I ran track, I stood next to my opponent, I was competing against them in college. When I'm coaching my basketball teams and we're playing another team, I'm competing against that team. But other than that, I don't be competing against people. I don't know about y'all. You tell me if you really intentionally be competing against people, especially people who are in business, people, who are entrepreneurs. Are you in competition with another business, or are you in competition with yourself to be the best that you can be? And if that shoots you or propels you past other people, that's just because that's where you belong, not that you were competing to get past them. Just help me understand this, because that's kind of how I view or how I deal in my friendships and in my relationships. I'm just doing me. Doing me. Now, if you or them or they are just so insecure in themselves that they think that every time somebody doing them, they doing them to try to outdo you, that's your personal problem. You need to do some soul searching. You need to look in the mirror and figure out why you can't realize that ain't nobody really thinking about you like that most of the time. I know if it's me, I'm thinking about me. That's why I share everything I know with friends, and I would be doing it thinking that, hey, this is all coming from a good place, and child, find out later, them people was straight up snakes in the grass. And when I say snakes in the grass, and the grass had to be super, super, super tall, because or they good chameleons or whatever, like them lizards that can camouflage themselves into anything, they were basically kind of like that, because I would have never knew that we was, that they was having whatever feelings, and competitions and things that they had on the inside. Some of them I would never knew. Some of them, it slide out, but you be ignoring it. You thinking, oh, they may be having a bad day or whatever the case may be. But let me just say this. When you are in a friendship or relationship or anything, and the person or the people start acting as though as you are getting better and doing better in whatever the wheelhouse may be that you're in, if they start acting funny first, and acting funny means basically just not supportive of whatever it is you're doing. They really don't want to hear about nothing you're talking about what you got to do. Or they go and try to start doing the exact same thing that you're doing when they ain't never expressed the interest in this area or in this arena. Now, hey, you could have inspired them. And, and it's good to inspire. I love to inspire people. And I don't mind that. And it's enough out here for everybody to win. So if they start the exact same thing, but they don't know how to have the exact same thing and stay in good relation with you, then that means they're in competition with you. Because I have found, as a business person and as a speaker, and just all the things that I do, I have found, and I see outside of me, tons of women and people who are in the same wheelhouse and get together and be fine, because they share, one may be stronger in one area than the other, things like that, and they can share with one another. And oftentimes you can collaborate with one another to make an even bigger force out here in the world. So I know that when they want to do exactly what you're doing, but they don't want to do it with you or around you, and they cause a problem and start having a problem with you, then it's because really they were in competition with you the whole entire time. I mean, when I say y'all, you would never, you would never believe how many people in my life I have had that at the end of our situation, when they going off on me and they telling me all these things about me and what they don't like about me and blah, 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 all these things, how many of them, as soon as it's cut off, they go try to do the same they go start the exact same thing that I'm doing and I've been doing. And then sometimes I be feeling like it's a doppelganger, because they be doing it exactly like me. Like, even down to the marketing and down to it be scary. And it's so weird, because I'm like, you didn't have to step away from me to do that, because you only really know how to do this, or you only really, because you was front row seat to what I was doing, which meant I didn't mind sharing it with you. So what you think that you had to step away and become my enemy in order to do the exact same things that I'm doing? I don't even look at stuff that way. But see, that's because they little sneaky butts didn't never had the right intention in the first place. That's what it is. And I truly believe that they were in it for what they could get. And once they got all that they needed, that they felt that they could now take off on their own, they didn't want to be around because they never really liked my black butt in the first place. I just brought some value to their situation, and they took what they needed, and they packed it up and started moving in doppelganger and gangling, whatever you say, copying it, whatever, which teaches on what they say, imitation is the best form of flattery. So I'm flattered. I'm thankful that I no longer have the snake in my grass, because I don't want to get bit. And I pray every day, for God to always remove, and this is a suggestion I make to you. Remove anybody from my life that does not belong and who is not of you. Draw to me those that do belong and who you send. I say that prayer daily. And since I say that, and I believe that God hears my prayers, when the snakes get revealed and get removed, I don't cry about it, because I'm saying thank you, God, for giving me what I'm praying for. I'm going to keep striving to do right, be right, and get better. And I'm going to continue to take comfort in knowing you will continue to protect my space. So if you add that prayer every night, every morning, before you go to bed, every morning when you wake up, when people start disappearing now, these friends, best cousins, sister friends, all that, when they start disappearing or start causing confusion and chaos in your life, and you can no longer remain in constant relation with them, or they can no longer remain in constant relation with you, that's when you go home that night and say, thank you, God, answer my prayer. Don't fight them leaving, because you ain't going to lose nothing you supposed to have anyway. You're not. And who want to be in competition with their friends and family? It's enough people out here in the world that you don't know that's probably creating competition with you. Why would you welcome it and the stress that comes with it in your door, right next to you, in your circle? That's asinine. Don't do that. And understand, unfortunately, everybody is not going where you're growing. And you are going to be able to continue on in this thing called life towards whatever success and goals that you are looking for. You're going to be able to continue on. And you may have some people from your past and your childhood and all that may be right there next to you when you achieve that you are looking to achieve. But you may not. Don't cry. Don't feel sad about it, because reality is, when you were a child, you chose and you thought as a child. So you were choosing people as friends that you didn't really have the tools to know how to choose. And then as you got older, God was like, oh, no, baby, this ain't somebody that's supposed to continue on to your greatness with you. Let me go and pluck their butts right on up out your life. Say bye. Thanks for the good times. Thanks for the lessons. And I wish you well. But I'm sorry you can no longer continue on this journey with me. But I wish you the best. And when they choose to get out your life, wish them the best as well. I guarantee you, killing them with kindness, letting them know you don't really care, and that it's not going to stop your show. If they don't have good intentions, like they probably didn't, That's going to bother them more than anything. Every time they hear about what you're doing, what opportunities you have, what next things you got going on, they're going to cringe on the inside. But guess what? You ain't got nothing to do with that. That's their issue within themselves, and they need to fix that. Because I ain't cringing on the inside about nobody's success. Only things that make me cringe on the inside is when people treat me wrong. Or when my stuff don't go the way that I'm trying to have it go just because of my own personal situations. I don't cringe on the inside about nobody else and their successes or their wins or their losses or their none of that. Now, what I will say, when stuff don't go right, I just be like, God don't like ugly. So he know your intentions better than any of us do. So when your life and you keep getting beat up by life, chances are, because God sees something ain't right on the inside of you, and hopefully he hoping that you will change. That's why he keep beating you up. Excuse me, y'all know I like to sip on my little wine. Hence the weekly wine down. Make sure you all go over to my YouTube channel for my talk show, The Weekly Wine, WINE, down, and subscribe. New season beginning next month in November. All right, so I think I've talked enough on that. Not sure what I'm going to be talking about next. But that is all inspired by my personal experiences as well as just watching a lot of these reality shows. Now, it'd be funny on them reality shows because them people who, it's certain people. Because I try to stay positive on this channel and I'm not going to negatively tear down anybody. But there are certain people on some shows that I watch that it is so funny. And as long as they are on top, as long as they are a part of helping somebody else get somewhere, which means that person is always still under them, they are all for the win. They are all cheering, yeah, black women. But if you let somebody get some kind of accolade or some kind of success and it ain't attached to them, you see the hate. You see the little green-eyed envy demon there. And it's so weird because there's one particular person on this one particular show that comes on Bravo. It's so obvious, and they are just an excellent, dope business person. But, when I see stuff like that, I feel like it is some kind of something, some insecurity or something going on inside of them that they haven't faced yet. And that is why they can't handle other people being as successful as them and really applaud it and be happy for it. They'll say it out their mouth in front of the people, but when you see their actions, when you see their body language or you hear their conversations with other people, you know that they still got some kind of jealousy. And they'll always make sure that they throw out how rich they are and how rich, how much money they have and how long they've always had money. And then, so you're like, okay, so you really low-key hating and you really not as comfortable as you say you are as a millionaire or whatever. Because if you were, you wouldn't be trying to talk about anybody else. You wouldn't be tearing anybody else down. And you wouldn't care when somebody else gets success that is not attached to you. So I'm going to pray for that person because I see it all the time. If you watch any of these shows, and you may possibly know who I'm talking about, but you have to really be observant. And I really work on being observant and kind of analyzing a lot of analyzing situations while I'm in it, because I do pray for discernment. So I be wanting to make sure that I'm getting the true intention behind why people do the things that they do. So this person, like I said, I very successful, very smart, hardworking. Go-getter, but don't let nobody do good that ain't attached to them or that they ain't had no part of. You see that little, I still have this. You see it coming out. There's just no need for that. All I got to do is some kind of, that's just insecurity, y'all. It's insecurity. And can't nobody work on that but you, within you and God. So, thanks so much for watching. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button, notification bell, share if you deem necessary. And I thank you for tuning in to the Monique J channel. Make sure you look in the description to read about all the different things that I have going on, to purchase my book, to purchase some Monique J positive affirmation apparel, to check out my courses I have on my online school. It's just so many things that I offer and that are available to help grow all involved, because that is my point and purpose. All right, thanks again, y'all, for tuning in, and I will see you next time.